I'd direct your attention back to what's going on in Chechnya right now, because there's vast gas and oil reserves in Azerbaijan and Central Asia. If the Russians control the outlets of that and overthrow those governments, then you're not going to get access to that, and the price of oil is going to stay up, and the OPEC companies are going to keep it in their grip. I'd pay attention to what's happening in Chechnya, and I'd stop the Russians from doing what they're doing, and that way we can bring the price of oil down.
Senator, would you meet with, assuming Mr. Putin is elected in March, would you want to meet with him as a candidate? Other candidates have gone overseas while running for office or right before the campaign began.
I'm not sure that would be necessary. It might be an interesting experience, because I know what's going on in Russia, so do a whole lot of my friends.
But you don't know him.
The fact is, well, we know that he was an apparatchik. We know that he was a member of the KGB. We know that he came to power because of the military brutality and massacre that's being taken place in Russia today. I mean, in Chechnya today. We know that he worked a deal with Yeltsin so that Yeltsin would have immunity and he would be assured of the presidency rather than basically a contested. I'm very concerned about Mr. Putin. I'm afraid Mr. Putin might be one of those who wants to make the trains run on time. So, yeah, I would meet with him as a candidate, but I think that what I would really like to do is send a message to Mr. Putin that we expect certain behavior out of the Russians, and particularly in what's going on in Chechnya today, a cessation of that brutality, and that it's a very important strategic part of the world for us. But look, there's only one superpower, and that's the United States of America. And there will be times when the superpower has to do things that other nations don't have to do. And I am convinced that the best way to prevent the loss of blood, certainly the lessons of the last century showed us, is that there may be times when we have to come in early so that we will prevent a reoccurrence of what happened with the rise of Nazi Germany.
I think that's
a classic example.
Do you think you've been labeled liberal?
Oh, I've been labeled everything except I think they've missed fascist.
I was in a conference in Germany over the weekend, and President Putin of Germany gave one of the old Cold War style speeches as he addressed the conference there.